mom had chose that school. I went in there the night before. I found my position. The instructions were for that school bus to come because he wanted as many as possible in order to send the message. But no school bus coming. I couldn't go back empty-handed. That's when I saw this kid. I was on his head. And I dropped down. Just towards his lower back where his kidneys are.
Prince George County Emergency Center. Can I help you? Oh my God. I think I'm going to be able to drive my nephew to the hospital, but what's the matter with him? He just got shot. He doesn't know who shot him? No. Is he conscious and breathing? He's gonna die. Hold it, Iron. Hold it down. Okay, so you picked up... Oh my God, okay. You gotta hurry up. Okay, I know. Let me go! Let me go!
We were preparing ourselves for what's called a blast injury. What happens is when the bullet goes into any kind of an organ, it generates a lot of energy. So it's like a cone that goes out. The spleen was shattered. Part of the tail of his pancreas was injured. The lobe of the liver, that was also shattered. He had a hole in his stomach, and there was a lot of bleeding. I was not convinced that he was going to survive.
We're going to now take you to Children's Hospital for an update.
He's breathing on his own.
No, he's not breathing on his own. He's on a ventilator. We are actually breathing for him, and we anticipate over the next 8 hours that we'll see how he responds. Hey, how are you, man? Hey, the basketball player. How you been?
I've been
Can you
well.
still shoot that hoop?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Let me see your wounds here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, look at that. You must have had some great surgeons. That's all I can tell you. Look at this.
My name is Iron Brown, and I was 13 years old when I was shot.
Is he conscious and breathing? He's gonna die.
When I first came around, the first thing I saw was my mother. She was very emotional. I believe my experience definitely had a lot to do with what I do for a living. I work in the medical field. I give thanks every day.
That location was chosen because of its parking lot is towards the back. The couple exited the restaurant.
We're walking hand in hand, talking, and had the very familiar conversation of, I love you. Nope, I love you more.
They were playful from the moment they exited the restaurant. She lovingly pushed him, and he said some stuff, and they were going back and forth. And I had this fight.
Hanover 911, Dawn.
Hello.
Yes, this is Hanover 911.
He's been shot.
I'm sorry?
My husband has been shot.
Where's he been shot, ma'am?
He has been shot in the stomach, below the chest.
741 to handle 746 to back. Shooting at 809 England Street, Ponderosa. Male shot outside.
Jeff was starting to go into shock. And I told Jeff, you're going into shock. You need to stay with me. You need to stay awake. You're going to want to go to sleep. You need to stay awake.
I was pretty much convinced I was going to die. Stephanie was there with me, and I asked her to pray with me. just have peace with God and then get on with whatever happened.
He lost 75% of his stomach, so they kind of sewed the pieces back together.
I could have, bled to death, but survived.
I couldn't say nothing was available. That'd be bullshit. I couldn't go back empty-handed because he knows what I'm capable of doing. So I did the next best thing. A compromise. I shot him in the stomach.
The effect on our relationship is I'm far more intentional about making sure that she knows, that she hears that I love her.
I love you too.
I just remember seeing a really bright light and then having like a ringing in my ears. There was a flap of skin, a whole area here was laying down on my chest. It was still connected, but barely, and it was laying down on my chest. And I could tell that there was something wrong with my jaw because there was movement where there shouldn't be. I couldn't talk. This was about 5 weeks after the shooting, and it shows one area where there's still some scabbing. The wound isn't completely healed. I try not to let it affect me like I used to. I guess maybe my ex-husband decided that looks did count a little bit more. I wasn't as outgoing as I used to be, a lot of personality changes, and so he found someone else.